good afternoon whenever you're watching this. Back to my to my phone, basically, because I don't know, the other one, there's so much road noise that it's not working. So I decided to try this again. I guess this picks up better on audio than the other one does, and I'm making it maybe the case too, and that it just picks up on everything, because I could barely hear myself, and I was like, okay, maybe if I talk louder, or maybe if I do this, it'll help. I don't know. Some of the videos that I wasn't moving was a little bit better, but I don't know. I feel like maybe I just need to take it out of the case and only have it in the case when I'm doing something that is underwater. I don't know. Anyway, so decided just to do this on my phone, and then I'll transfer it from my phone later. But anyway, we went to go see the movie Heaven is for Real, and it was actually really, really cute. I didn't think I was gonna cry or cry that much as I did, but I did, and I knew it was based off of a true story. I didn't know how close the family actually lived to where we live right now. They're from Burleson, Texas, which isn't that big of a town, but, well, to my understanding. But anyway, it was really kind of cool, too, and then they had, like, you watched the whole movie, and then at the end of the movie, you saw, like, the actual family, and Anna interviewed, like, it was her talking at first, and then she showed, like, her mom and her dad, and her sisters, and their pets, and then they showed, like, a clip of all of them, and she showed the tree, so it was really, really cool, and I was like, oh, wow, that's so cool. So that was a lot of fun, and it was good, but after the movie, I was like, I didn't think I was going to cry so much in the movie. But it's one of those movies that kind of makes you, remember to cherish the moments you have with people, because in an instant, or your life can change, really. And sometimes, you don't understand why things are happening, why people get sick, and people always are going to give you their opinion, but you don't really ever fully know, or may not know or understand. And so sometimes you just kind of go about your life and think everything's, great, and then something happens and you don't fully understand. And so the movie was one that it kind of stopped you for a moment and made you think. Hold on, guys. Okay, so I had to stop and get gas, especially if I wanted to go somewhere this morning. But anyway, it just kind of reminds you to, cherish the moments, and some things you can't explain, and some things, as a parent, you will, try to take into your own hands and try to do your best. And I could so relate to what she was doing. Like, she just got a plane ticket and was like, I'm taking her up there. And he's like, you can't do that without an appointment. She's like, yes, I can. And I'm going to. And it was crazy, but it was really good. And I mean, as a parent, your child, and you have those instincts that tell you, something's wrong. This is not what you think it is. My child's sick. And I need to know, what's wrong. And so I really, really, really enjoyed the movie. I did cry. But it was good tears because I think you can relate to, maybe not to that illness, but you can relate to someone being sick or something happening that's beyond your control, and you want to do or are willing to do anything in your power to change that, and you want to help them, and you know, what can I do to fix this? What can I do to make this better? What can I do to you know, and you'll do extreme things to try anything. And so I really did think it was amazing. And I liked at the end where she says, you know, how was you know, Anna was healed when there's so many other people that are still sick, or so many other kids that are still sick or still dying. Like, she couldn't explain that either. Because it does, you know, you're like, why was I healed, or why was this person healed and I wasn't healed, or why was I healed and or why were they healed and, you know, someone else not. And so it was really good, and it raises a lot of questions, and there's questions we don't have the answer to. So it's good. And there's, you know, well, and like in the movie, there's some well-meaning people that they mean well, but they sure don't say the right thing. So it was really good, and it just kind of reminds you to cherish what you have when you have it, the moment you have it, and to really just remember that every day is a miracle, that every day that you're alive, you're breathing. You know, it could have started out a bad day, or it can be a bad day, but that doesn't mean every day for the rest of your life is going to be a bad day. It just means this day right now is a bad day. Doesn't mean, you know, or this moment is a bad day, or you might just be having a bad couple of days, but it doesn't mean the rest of your life's going to be bad. And so when, you know, whether you're sick or just going through something in your life that's a stress or just unbelievable, when you have those bad days, and then when you have those good days, it's like, wow, you know, cherish them for what they are, and, you know, look at it in the moment and go, yes, we did this. It's amazing. So I would definitely recommend going to see the movie. It was a great movie. It was really cool. I'm glad I got to go see it. I saw it in the theaters. I don't even remember what movie I went to see. Probably was a kids movie, but I saw it in the theaters, and I was like, oh, I want to see that movie. And it actually came out this week. I thought it was coming out like Good Friday, and it actually came out this time. And I was like, yes, we're going to see that. Sorry guys, I'm so tired. I've barely been getting any sleep because there's just been so much today. But that's okay, because we've had a great week, and we're continuing to. And it's kind of sad because it's like, oh, it's Thursday, so our spring break week is kind of ending. The movie is really, really good. Though I wouldn't take really, really young kids, because I don't feel like they would, that they could sit still that long, or that they would fully understand it, because I feel like they might get bored, just because I think that it is kind of an emotional movie. I think if you have older kids, like we have an 11-year-old and a 14-year-old, so they're perfectly old enough to go see the movie. But I think if you had littler kids, they may not be. Like a 10-year-old or something like that, yeah, you'd probably be fine. But I don't know if you'd want to go younger. I mean, unless you just but you can be the judge of your household, your kids. But I do definitely think, I mean, it's a great family movie because it gets you talking, and so it's a good movie. It's a great movie. I enjoyed it. And I would definitely go see it again. Anyway, I'm about to get off of here and go run into work. See you guys later. Bye.